The anti-gun Democrats, the American Communist Party, have introduced a bill that would create a federal license, a federal gun permit that Americans would have to have in order to purchase a firearm. This comes only a couple days after a bill was introduced to do background checks for ammunition. Hope you guys see the writing on the wall. Let's talk about this bill. Before I get into it, I want to thank the sponsor of the video, and that's Lear Capital. As many of you know, I am very particular at who sponsors this show. And I want you to know that I choose Lear Capital because they are aligned with American values, and their priority is to help educate and inform people, you and I, on what's happening in not only just politics, but the economy as well, and how to protect and preserve the wealth you already have. So don't wait. Do what I did and ask all the questions you could possibly think of. Write them down. Learn and absorb the knowledge so that you can decide what's right for you and your family. Lear helped me purchase my gold and my silver, and they answered all of my questions. And there's no obligation to purchase, so give them a call, 1-800-260-5075, or go to leargg.com. Learn about gold-backed IRAs or 401ks, or how storage works if you don't want to take possession of your physical gold and silver like I did. All right, guys and gals, give them a call at 1-800-260-5075, or head over to leargg.com. And thanks to Lear Capital for sponsoring this video. Welcome to Guns and Gadgets, the premier source for Second Amendment news. My name is Jared, and on this channel I will bring you Second Amendment news every single day, no matter where it happens in this great land. Good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, from legislation to litigation and everything in between. You want to stay in the know, then subscribe to the channel and tell your friends about the channel to get the word out. Let's talk about this bill. This bill was introduced by the Democrat googly-eyed goofball Cory Booker from New Jersey, who has introduced this bill before. He's hoping that the same Republican support for the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act will be present to get this bill passed as well. And this would create a federal gun permit that you would have to have in order to purchase a firearm. This comes days after a bill was introduced by Pocahontas, the lying Indian communist from Massachusetts, in her bill that would have background checks on ammunition. You can see the writing on the wall if you're paying attention. Let's talk about the bill. I'll read it to you real quick so you know exactly what's going on, and then I'll give you a number and a way to talk to your legislators, which you should be doing regularly on these stupid bills, to have your voice heard. On the screen is the bill, and you can see it may be cited as the Federal Firearm Licensing Act. We'll go to the part that says license for the acquisition or receipt of firearms. Except as provided in subsection D, it shall be unlawful for any individual to purchase or receive a firearm unless the individual has a valid federal firearm license. And here's how they'll establish that. The Attorney General shall establish a federal system for issuing a federal firearm license to eligible individuals for firearms transferred to such individual. The system established under paragraph 1 shall require that an individual shall be eligible to receive such a license if the individual has completed training in firearm safety, including a written test to demonstrate knowledge of applicable firearm laws and a hands-on testing, including firing testing, to demonstrate safe use and sufficient accuracy of a firearm, and as part of the process for applying for such license, has submitted to a background investigation and criminal history check of the individual, has submitted proof of identity, has submitted the fingerprints of the individual, has submitted identifying information on the firearm that the person intends to obtain, including make, model, and serial number, and identity of the firearm seller or transferor. A license issued under the system is available at a designated local office, which shall be located in both urban and rural areas. The Attorney General shall issue or deny a license under this section not later than 30 days after the date which the application for such license is received. Each license issued under this section shall be valid for the purchase of a single firearm, which shall be purchased not later than 30 days after the date on which the license is issued. A license issued under the system shall expire on the date that is 5 years after the date on which the license was issued. The Attorney General shall provide notice of an application for a license under this section to the relevant state and local officials. Under the background investigation section, we're going to go to B. Information from state and local officials. After receiving the notice described in paragraph 2F, relevant state and local officials may submit to the Attorney General information demonstrating that the individual poses a significant danger of bodily injury to self or others by possessing, purchasing, or receiving a firearm. So there is a red flag component to this bill. Let's go to denial. The Attorney General may deny a license under this section if the Attorney General determines that the applicant poses a significant danger of bodily injury to self or others by possessing, purchasing, or receiving a firearm after examining factors the Attorney General considers are relevant to the determination, including history of threats or acts of violence towards self or others, history of use, attempted use, or threatened use of physical force by the applicant against another person, whether the applicant is the subject of or has violated a domestic violence or stalking restraining order or protection order, any prior arrest, pending charge, or conviction for a violent or serious crime or disorderly persons offense, stalking offense, or domestic violence offense. Disorderly person, really, that could be somebody yelling on the corner of the block. Any prior arrest, pending charge, or conviction for an offense including cruelty to animals. History of drug or alcohol abuse, or involvement in drug trafficking. Any recent acquisition of firearms, ammunition, or other deadly weapons. So if you've bought a gun recently, you can be denied another permit to purchase another gun. An involvement in firearms trafficking or unlawful firearms transfers, and history of unsafe storage or handling of firearms. And if you're denied, you can appeal to district court. And they can revoke your license if they want at any time. So you need one of these permits for every gun you want to purchase. They can deny you this permit if you've purchased a gun recently. Your purchase permit is only good for 5 years. You have to renew it every 5 years. Your permit can be revoked at any time. They can red flag you. They can take away or deny your Second Amendment right for misdemeanors such as disorderly person. Again, somebody yelling at night because they're in an argument with somebody, or literally trying to hail a taxi. If someone's peace is disturbed, that person can be charged with disturbing the peace or disorderly person, depending on the municipality. This is hogwash, but I wanted you to know exactly what's going on in the American Communist Party. They're starting to put in some bills right now to take away your right to keep and bear arms, and I need you to be aware of it. I need you to start talking to people about it. I need you to call your legislators. Area code 202-224-3121. That's the number to the switchboard for the Capitol. The woman who answers the phone typically is very, very nice. You say, "Hi, my name is, and I'm from blah, 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 blah. I want to talk to my congressman, or I want to talk to my U.S. senator," and she will put you right through to their office. When you get to their office, you're going to talk to an aide, not the legislator. And the aide is usually someone who's like a young person, early 20s. Just say, "Hey, listen, my name is, and I live at," and you have to tell them where you live so they know that you're actually one of their constituents. And I think the senator should or should not vote for whatever bill. And in this instance, we're talking about Cory Booker's Federal Firearm Licensing Act. And you make sure that you say it's a firearm purchase permit for the individual, for each gun you want to buy. Has nothing to do with FFLs. Yup. But education is the key. Tell people, talk to people, spread the word, share the videos, have people subscribe to the channel, call your legislators. These are all small things we can do that don't take long. And if you're one of those people who are like, "I've never called a legislator," it's kind of intimidating. I was there as well. I've done a video and I record it live on how I called my reps here in Tennessee. I will pin that video above. Please watch it, reference it. It's simple to do. And I think you all should be doing it. This is our country. We are in control. We can no longer not be involved. Until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, and carry a gun to keep you, your friends, your family, your community safe. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.